If you were gonna die like tonight or tomorrow,
Oh wow.
who would be like? Who would you put on your will? Like, what would you?
Are you?
Like,
Is this how you're trying to see if you're my will?
who
just curious.
Stuff to.
If you like died tomorrow.
At like 4:30. I mean,
Checking your watch.
I think I can be there at like 4.
Yeah. What time do you get home?
Just like, we don't have to make it a super philosophical thing if we don't want to, but just off the top of your head.
Off the dome. Fuck, I don't know. I feel like I'd give you guys like my camera equipment because I feel like that just makes sense.
That's fair.
So you do what you want.
Thanks,
I'd rather
man.
give it to someone who's going to put it to use.
Yeah.
What if we sell it?
I'd be a little sad.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know what? Fuck it. You know, I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna be dead.
You're gonna be dead, so I mean, it's not like your answer really matters.
I guess, if it was the other way around,
yeah.
Of course I would stop using it at some point because it's gonna like die. But I would keep it as a memento. Personally, I would even like consider like putting it in like epoxy and just like having like a little like.
Your camera equipment?
Not like camera specific.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Like
I thought you
on
meant,
camera.
Like lights and
Sorry.
C-stands.
You're right. Yeah. The whole equipment would be
My
ridiculous.
whole closet of gear. I'm just gonna
like,
coat and rinse it.
Great, thanks.
No, but like if it was like one of your guys' cameras, I would like put like after use or whatever. I would
Put it in epoxy?
make like a little.
That's
You're so nice.
That's really sweet.
I would never do that.
That's okay.
You know,
so nice.
you know what would be cool is like, so you're submerging the camera in epoxy, and like the whole idea of epoxy is to like freeze a moment in time.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if, like, just before the epoxy sets, you take a picture so that like the camera's flashing in the epoxy.
Would that work?
I don't think.
Maybe.
I don't think
Oh my
so.
god, what would happen?
I don't think so. Because
It'd be all lit up.
it's light, it dissipates.
Oh my god, where's Sheldon Cooper when you need him?
You can't freeze light.
No, you're right. Yeah, the light wouldn't stay.
Were you dead ass about that?
Damn it.
Okay,
Really?
okay.
Oh.
Holy shit! I was like, yo, what? Is that what you were talking about? Am I the dumbass
like
here?
no.
No,
No.
it's me. I love Swain just sitting over there like,
No,
No.
not you, buddy. And Maddie, I didn't mean to catch you off guard like that.
that would be sick though.
That would be sick,
It would
though.
be cool to like make that into like a light. Like
Yeah.
having like
Yeah.
an epoxy camera and then like you click on the battery on the bottom and the flashlight's
There
on.
you
Yeah.
go.
That'd be a cool nightlight.
That is a cool, and but you could do like a
Ooh.
strobe light too.
If to get really into it, you could
change the colors.
you can get like a photo of like all three of us, like when we were like at that Boy Scout camp or whatever
Yeah.
that we have, and you can put it in the viewfinder.
Oh wow!
And then like
That'd be
put like an
cool.
LED in like the back,
Yeah.
so it looks like it's like glowing as if like it's like turned on. That was like the photo just taken.
One step further, you could
Cute.
convert it into like a smart frame, and then there would always be like different pictures being taken by the camera.
Yeah, yeah, or like have like a rotation of like photos of like all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But like, there's still the plaque. This is like Austin Swain
yeah.
dead.
Right. Yeah, can I be in like a
Batteries ran
dome?
dry. Can you what?
Can I be in a dome?
Sure.
Okay.
What
Like,
do you mean by that?
like we put your body in epoxy?
Yeah.
No, like the camera. Can it be like in a dome like
Oh
the,
yeah.
the like the Rose and Beauty and the Beast?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so not
fuck,
epoxy,
yeah.
be like displayed.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be cool.
I like that.
That'd be really cool. I think it'd be really neat if like in that dome, if like we were able to kind of like epoxy would probably be the way to do this. I'd probably epoxy it, but we can still dome it. To like take apart bits of the camera and like have it like expand out, so like you're seeing like the internals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or have it like
fucking
shattering.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be
That'd be
cool.
nuts.
All right.
People are gross.
Join us next week for crafts with the team.
Yeah.
We'll see which one of us
Look out, government.
has to leave it in their will.
I just broke my camera. I can't believe I put it in epoxy.
This is so stupid.
I turned on the flash and everything. Actually, my camera doesn't have on-camera flash.
Ha!
Yeah.
Fucking lame-o.
Sony?
Yeah. No on-camera flash.
I don't know why it would.
I mean, yeah,
I
I
can
feel
pretty
like
much
I
see in
guess
the
I
dark.
knew that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Because that thing has crazy low light sensibilities.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, okay. So we don't have to talk about the will thing, I guess.
No, sorry, that was my.
No, I know. I also have another crazy conversation that I know is gonna get us off topic.
We're just on a train, man.
So yeah, do we want to talk about the will thing or do we want to move on?
Honestly, I think I would leave everything in my will to the people in this room.
Really?
I think so. I mean, right? If you,
Like what percentage?
I'm not gonna
I mean,
give that
come on.
number.
I feel like you're gonna have to like name a few items for me because if like Maddie's still alive, then why wouldn't you just get everything?
Yeah.
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 Just wondering.
like if you're gonna have to be just a little bit specific, then like they both get it because like well, I want the TV.
Yeah, we're gonna start cohabitating.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm the roommate.
Yeah, that's fair. If he dies, will you come live with me? You and Morgan
Yeah,
can come live
dude.
here.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
If that's what you wanted, though, like
Yeah,
I-
like if he dies, you'll come help me pay rent.
yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Sweet.
yo, I don't know if I like this trajectory.
Sorry.
It's a backup plan.
We can't be friends.
No, I
You're
guess
dead.
like I mean, like Austin, I'd leave you like my camera equipment, my D&D stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I'm leaving you my basement
Oh.
now.
Yeah.
You leave me all your D&D games. I just have to pick up where you left off.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's all my notes.
Oh
Good
my
luck.
gosh, that sounds awful.
That would be great. That should be that. That
That
would be,
a good movie.
That's what I was just gonna say.
Or like a
God.
good challenge for Matt Mercer.
What do you mean? Like having to pick up his campaign?
No, like giving him a campaign and seeing how he does, like how. he
Oh
does
yeah,
it,
dude, that would be
like
interesting.
what he can do with.
Although I would so much rather DM for Matt Mercer than be DM'd by Matt Mercer.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
I think so. I saw a TikTok about
It's
it the
like
other
a
day, and I
sex thing.
totally agreed with it.
You just said you would rather DM with Matt Mercer than
Then be DM'd by
Matt Mercer.
Oh my god, I just want to write him. Holy shit, that's hilarious. Yeah, totally.
Interesting. I never would have thought that. I always peg him for bottom. Anyways, I'd leave everything to you, and I'd leave you like $5,000.
Shit, sweet. my literal reaction. That's like
Like in the lawyer's office.
Live reaction.
Nice.
Are you smoking weed right now? Yeah, it's a funeral.
This is what she would have wanted.
It's true. Fuck you, I'm grieving.
Would that be good?
Yeah.
Would you love that? Would that make you like? Would you like feel the love?
Yeah, I'd put the $5,000 in the epoxy.
I was gonna say because if I need to give you more for you to know how much I love you, I
I
will.
put a light in it.
Those are all hundreds. Just start, you know. Cost $2,000 to make.
That is
So thanks.
If only Maddie would have left me $7,000.
If only she would have loved me that much.
I love the idea that like it took $2,000 like and you know taxes or whatever to make, and so there's like 2,900 and some dollars and like some pocket change in there.
Yeah.
Like this is the $5,000 she left me.
And there's just a fucking plaque with my name on it, and it says dead.
It does say just Maddie. Like, what does that mean?
But it's
This is my
handwritten because you
Maddie.
ran out of money. Yeah.
I ran out of money. I'm so sorry.
I told you could have asked for more.
That's so funny. Well, thank you.
That's very generous of you.
Is it?
Swain's like, that's Very generous.
What the fuck?
Whatever. Were you gonna give him $5,000?
Yeah,
No, I have
your
to.
shitty camera equipment.
You're like, you can have my figurines.
You can have my TNT equipment.
Hey, they're not figurines, they're miniatures.
Oh. I don't know. Would you guys want my movie collection?
Yeah, that's what I would want to
Yeah.
get if you die.
Oh my god, what a
Yeah.
memorial.
Yeah, you can have it.
And
Yeah.
your God of War and your Kratos.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead. That's yours too.
Cute.
I think I have to leave Morgan the table though.
Oh,
The
cool.
coffee table.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
What would you want from us?
I don't know what I'd want.
Oh. What would you want from
I want
Austin?
the PS5.
Yeah. You can have the PS5 if I die.
Okay. Yours, Wayne.
Damn it. Maddie,
It's like-
stop.
It's like the
Sorry.
day she dies. I'm just like knocking on your door. Swing.
It's PS5 day. It's like 10 years from now. Like the PS7 has already come out.
PS5 day. I love imagining that, like, you show up to the funeral and then you walk up to me, you're like, so I'm riding home with you, right?
Maddie gave me the basement if you would have died, so I assumed you were going to give me the same.
Figured we could just ride home together, save gas.
By the way, I lost my car. You need to give me a ride.
Yeah.
Where do you work now? Can I have your Switch?
Yeah.
Sick.
Mm.
Please.
Yeah, you can have my Switch.
And I want the table. I'm not taking no for an answer. I can't even get through that.
I'll fight Morgan for it. You'll be dead.
But yeah.
Okay, so next story. Have you guys seen the new like Apple headset that they announced?
Yeah, that $3,000 one.
Yeah.
Dude, have you like seen the video of it?
No.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, it looks insane.
It looks insanely future.
I bet it does. I don't want to buy into it.
Oh, that's fair.
You know-
Well, I bet it would be fun.
Oh, I bet it would be tons of fun. But like, I know once people start like buying it and enjoying it, Apple's gonna like monopolize the fucking VR world. You know,
Or just be the major stepping stone.
I guess. I don't know. I just don't trust any company anymore. Like, I feel like someone's gonna, you know, already people are doing like AI or whatever and shit like that. And I just feel like, I don't know.
What are you worried about?
Not worried. I don't know what I'm
Like mind control?
I realized because AI had no point in
Yeah.
the VR headset. I feel like what's gonna end up happening is if people start paying that $3,000 price, it will remain that like price. You know what I mean? When like the current headsets of today like are cheaper. I mean, like they're so expensive.
Still pretty expensive.
You know, you're still paying like $1,000 or whatever, but like
Right.
3 times that. Like, come on.
But it's more than
It does look really sweet though. I mean, it looks totally different than like all other VR. Like it just totally looks like it's gonna be the new thing. Like
Which,
it looks
yeah, I
like
mean-
it's the start of like a completely different world.
which is what you're worried about.
Do you mind if I like watch it really quick? Is it long?
It is long,
Oh,
but I'm
never
sure you
mind.
get the point just from like looking at pictures.
Yeah,
If you go to their website.
I'll look at it later. Because now I'm just curious, like, what's
I-
what?
It's I think the main thing is like the augmented reality.
Yeah.
Like it's very much like you have the window and like things pop up in your world.
Yeah.
And that's like it's like being able to kind of switch between that and VR is like what it's really sold on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think a world where like you know those like running pads
Yeah.
that they have. I think they'd be so fucking
Dude,
sweet.
fuck
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, you saw Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
I think you should read it. I think the book was so much better, and like honestly, that's the world.
Yeah.
Like everything is like from the perspective of like, yo, I'm in my my 3-dimensional running pad, and I've got my like full body haptic. Like I just got this new full body haptic suit that like I can feel everything in the world, and like it's just such a cool world, and like that is a environment that we people are in that environment right now.
Right, like I feel like this is like expanding that to the masses.
Yes.
And it's gonna like pick up and just everyone's gonna like start doing that.
Do you think this is going to end up like distancing ourselves? Similar to like Ready Player One. I've only seen the movie.
Yeah. Probably, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, just like the internet did.
Yeah, I can see a world where I'm like, honey, I just want to like be in the other world today.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I can also see having sex and having like a sidebar that's porn.
Oh.
Like just wearing
God,
the glasses.
That would be
That got dark.
That'd be so much. Like just imagine that. Like yeah, you're just like walking the world and you always have like a little corner of porn.
Yeah.
That'd be so terrible.
Dude,
like,
yeah.
like,
What? You don't love that? Would be awesome. Not
after
like
a
porn
while, you're just
specifically.
like,
Dude, if
God,
I
stop.
was wearing glasses and I always in my peripheral saw Will Graham, I'd be happy.
yeah,
Right.
Totally.
yeah, okay.
See, I mean, you get to pick what's on
Right.
there.
That's fair.
But I mean, see, what I don't like is like the idea of meeting someone face to face and like having a conversation with them and not knowing that they're currently watching porn.
Yeah, like whatever's on their screen.
Or like whatever other weird shit they could be watching.
Right.
Uh-oh, Swain.
Yeah.
Literally, that's what it would be like, dude.
Like, where do you keep looking?
Why is your hand in your pocket?
Yeah,
so much?
hopefully we would be able to tell, I guess.
But yeah, I mean, like a world that I could like plug into from my basement and like be able to walk and see and feel and hear shit.
Like, of course I'm gonna fucking do that.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Oh my god. Yeah,
I would try that
totally.
as soon as it's available.
And I bet
Yeah.
I would totally get like addicted to it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially if like the equipment is comfortable.
Yeah.
Like when I had VR when it was really early, when it was like a white fucking cube of plastic that you just shoved your Samsung phone into and duct taped to your head.
Literally, dude.
And that was pretty uncomfortable. But I played it for like 3 days straight.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
You like trip balls on
Yeah,
that.
when I got it, I fell hard into. I'm like, this is amazing. But I mean, VR is it's addicting.
I guess I've only like done VR like 2 or 3 times.
for sure.
I just felt like whatever about it. But maybe I just didn't have a good experience. Like,
Yeah.
Like I need to like try something.
I mean,
else.
the content is key and like good equipment. But like I've played, we were just at like a random like convention, like a technology convention. I don't even remember what it was.
What?
I don't remember. Oh, I think it was when we were on the road for one of like the video competitions, you and me, Maddie. And
Okay, so not recently.
not recently at all, but we came across like someone who was developing a VR game, and so like it was one of my first experiences of like wearing the headset and having like the hand like controllers that could actually like pick stuff up and throw stuff and like actually be able to manipulate the world around you. And like that was just so cool.
It was a good time.
Yeah, like I was just like investigating a temple and like breaking pots and shit, and like it was just I was like, oh, like nothing I do matters, but I can do whatever I can do all this stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I mean it makes sense. So crazy world we're coming up on.
We should start a virtual dispensary.
Virtual dispensary. Heck yeah, dude. Okay, so in this world, everyone who's like suited up also has like tubes injected into them, and then all the tubes are like connected to an underground hub, so that when you visit like a virtual dispensary and your payment goes through, then like a system then releases liquid drugs or fumigated drugs that just like cloud into your VR mask or like into your veins.
This is in the world? In like Ready Player One?
No, in our world today.
I see,
you
I
and
see.
me. We're gonna make this world.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Sign me up. Fuck, marry, kill. Oh, yes. Doja Cat, Lizzo, Beyonce.
Doja Cat, Lizzo, Beyonce?
Yeah.
I would marry Doja Cat. What is the game? I would marry Doja Cat.
Oh yeah, so last time we played Fuck, Marry, Kill, we upped the ante, and
Yeah.
I think
I married them because
I'd fuck them and it would be, and I'd kill them this way.
Yeah. I would marry Doja Cat because that girl is fucking funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would never be bored of hanging out with her.
That's fair.
I would fuck Lizzo because I bet she would give me the best orgasm of my life.
Yeah.
Should make you Izzo.
Yeah, I feel like she's a giver.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. And also, would be eager to receive.
That's what I like in a woman.
Yeah.
Come get your slap.
I'm hungry. And I would kill Beyonce because I have nothing in fucking common with Beyonce.
That's
I don't
fair.
know.
How would you kill Beyonce?
Wow.
Oh, I guess
That's the game.
it is
I
the
forgot
game.
about that. Yeah. Like, whoa, Jesus.
I'm asking you too, bitch.
But yeah, so I would fuck Lizzo and it would be juicy.
Sure would. You know what?
And I would kill Beyonce by like a gun. I have like nothing interesting for her. I just need her to be
Knock on the
dead.
door. Bah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Bam.
Yeah, it's
This
the
is so I can
game.
marry Doja Cat.
Yeah, she'll understand.
She'll understand for sure.
That's
That's fair. That's good.
I like that. I would agree with you on marrying Doja Cat. I feel like I'd fuck Beyonce because, like, why wouldn't you? You know?
Yeah, because now you have to kill Lizzo.
That's okay.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess is fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
about Lizzo
She'd
that
be eager
much.
for it.
I don't. I would have sex with Beyonce like a single lady. I would.
Yeah.
It would be.
Oh, what?
I'd marry Doja Cat because she seems fun.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. If I'm being honest with you, I don't really like know these artists too much. Like I know
neither.
of their names.
That's fair.
Probably
They're
one
obscure.
song each.
So just from what you know about them,
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen more like publicity footage of Doja Cat and Lizzo than I am even familiar with their music.
Yeah. Yeah. I know more about Doja Cat than I know about Doja
That's-
Cat's music.
That's very fair. Yeah, I do too. And like I think like Doja Cat's just like a meme.
Yeah,
I
totally.
I should say she's just a meme, but like
Right.
she's part of meme
Yeah.
culture.
Totally.
She's Mimi.
Yeah, and I don't know how I'd
What
kill
would
Lizzo.
sex with?
No, how would you fuck Lizzo? Or no, you kill
No.
Lizzo.
Yeah,
What would sex
how
with
would you-
Beyonce be like?
like a single lady, like I said.
Hell
what does
yeah.
that mean?
She'll just say, oh.
Yes, it's stuck. I'm in, baby.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like I have no stance against the men she's probably been with. Fuck that. No.
Dude, Jay-Z is the ugliest motherfucker
It's not
I've
even-
ever seen in my life.
It's not even that, dude. It's like it's like the dick game, you know. Dick down. I feel like I can't compete, you know, because she's what like 40, 50?
No idea.
She's probably been like dick down by the best, you know.
Right.
That's fair. But she's also still married to Jay-Z after he cheated on her.
That's fair.
So, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Richie. Chard face. What's your answer? Oh, and how would you kill Lizzo?
I don't know. I don't know how I'd kill Lizzo.
Gun is the easy answer.
I guess I would get her. You know what?
Gunner.
I'd kill her with friendship and old age.
Oh, wow.
And
that
I'll-
seems like a reach around.
That sounds like marriage.
You signed the contract, motherfucker.
How'd you weasel your way into that one?
Total reach around. But like I'll be there at her deathbed and be like,
You'll kiss her goodnight for sure.
yeah.
On the forehead.
So
I don't
you
know if
didn't
that-
kill her.
Wow.
I don't know if that's can I
You can't kill her with old age. You're not God, bitch.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking count.
Okay.
Shoot her with a gun like the rest of us.
I'll shoot her with a gun.
You can shoot her with an age gun if you want.
An age gun.
Yeah.
A gun for the ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could make her turn 100 and then die.
Kill her like Rogue. Or no, who's like a cool villain that
Jesus, though, like
sucks time.
making someone like rapidly that's Rogue. Making someone like rapidly age.
That's fucked.
Yeah, like do you think that hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Totally.
Wow. Oh my god.
There's another villain who like sucks up your time, like a witch or something. Does the witch in Tangled do that? I don't know. We'll find
I've seen
out.
Tangled like once.
Is it the witches from Hocus Pocus?
I've also
They kind of
seen
do
Hocus
that.
Pocus
Yeah, I mean they
once.
like kill
Yeah,
children
true.
and drink their youth or something.
Don't
It's
say that.
a good concept. Don't drink my youth, please. That's between
Man, I
me
wish
and
I could have a
God.
tall drink of youth right
What do you
now.
mean we have to be a virgin?
Dang it.
What's your answer?
Oh, do I answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you answer.
No,
What do you mean you don't have to answer? If you
I was
pose
just
the
I
question?
couldn't remember.
Oh.
I agree. I think we should all marry Doja Cat because she just sounds like a great time.
Totally.
She's just a hoot.
That's the obvious answer.
Yeah. And I'm actually feeling pretty impartial between Lizzo and Beyonce. So I mean,
That's the game, bro.
but yeah, because I mean, like what you said resonates with me too. Like I feel like I have more in common with Lizzo. So like I'll fuck Lizzo because she also just seems like she'd be a fun time. And I'd kill Beyonce. Maybe like we would do a rockin' show together, and then I'd like throw her off the stage.
Hold on, dude.
Hell yeah.
You said that the like the whitest way possible. We'll do like a rockin' show.
Yeah, like, we'll just jam out.
Just like a suburban dad.
We're so unfamiliar with what Beyonce's music sounds like. There ain't no rockin' over there.
You know, and when we both put down our guitars for the night, I'll throw her off.
Throw her right off the stage.
I'll throw her off the stage, and maybe it was like a rooftop show, so I just throw her off a building.
Wow, I love the story. We were like, I don't know, I shoot her in the head.
Well, it's because like you know how do you like I don't know I don't really think about like killing someone. You know what I mean? Like I don't like have like a plan. Like I don't think like, oh, I'm gonna put ricin in this person's soup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sounds like a plan.
But I'm saying I don't think that.
That's Walter White's plan.
It sounds like you have that.
It sounds like I watch a lot of Breaking Bad.
It sure does.
Arguably too much Breaking Bad.
Stop it.
Pause for room tone.
My name's Austin Arpeza. I'm an amateur filmmaker, and my movie/TV show recommendation for the week is the first season of True Detective.
True Detective.
Yes. So True Detective is an anthology series on HBO. That's why I only recommend the first season. I've only seen the first season, and it was really good.
Gotcha.
Has Matthew McConaughey in it. Has Woody Harrelson in it. They play detectives, and like they're solving this like ongoing cold case about like this like pagan like ritual and like what's going on, and they're both kind of going mad.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good series.
Cool. The brothers in action.
Brothers in action. Are they brothers?
That's what the world.
that
That's
official?
Someone said that once. I don't know where the die landed on that one.
I heard that. I'm not sure if it's official. I'm not sure if that's like
I didn't follow up. I couldn't really.
Did you call?
I couldn't really find myself caring.
So yeah, I recommend True Detective on HBO.
Right on. I thought that's what you recommended last week.
No, I recommend it to you. To you personally, Maddie. For people on the podcast, Little fun fact: I give Maddie the deep dish before I lay down on the airwaves.
You pre-screen it with me?
I pre-screen. I pre a lot. So
Especially with friends.
especially when friends are involved. I pre pretty often. Let me tell you that.
Pretty often.
Pretty often.
Jesus Christ.
Who are you guys?
My name is Maddie, and currently I am looking at my wall and ceiling and seeing that this light from the sun is hitting our crystal ball and making little rainbows everywhere, and I think that's nice. So you guys should go on Amazon. This isn't affiliated by Amazon, but go get a crystal ball and hang it up in your window.
It's like a window refractor thing.
Yeah, it makes little rainbows everywhere.
Yeah, we just have rainbow speckles in this room.
Yeah. Totally fun.
Yeah, dude, we should share the link. It's been the best.
Yeah, or just look up crystal ball.
Yeah. Then I think of like
there's like a million.
crystal ball.
Crystal pendant.
Yeah.
Pendant. Look up crystal light pendant. It'll show up.
50-50 with Cristobal.
Oh.
Don't talk to me about Cristobal and Hank.
You guys, I had a limerick today, and now I'm like forgetting what the words were. So,
Well, I don't know who you are, so get your limerick away from me.
my name is Austin Swain. I'm an animator and video production specialist in commercial advertising, and for the past some time, I've been writing limericks as part of my introduction. And I wrote one today, and I'm kind of remembering what the words were. So, I don't know what I
limb sick.
I'm
Are
limp.
you limp dick?
I'm limp-ricked.
You're not limp dick?
And maybe that's for the best, you know. Who knows?
I feel like limp dick just means you're tired, you know. It's sleepy.
It's sleepy. So instead, I'll tell a little story. This weekend, cleaned out the shed, which was all dusty and full of cobwebs and stuff. So did that. It was pretty intense. Got real dirty. And so I asked Maddie in our backyard to hose me down.
Because I was dirty.
Because I was
like you kind of just did a limerick. That was weird.
Oh,
I heard
okay.
that in a limerick.
Oh,
way.
I sing-song story.
Yeah. I hosed him down in the back.
Did you?
Because I was dirty.
Because he was dirty.
It's all that mud back there.
Yeah, all that dust, motherfucker.
Did you actually hose him down?
Yeah, it was
She
awesome.
did, yeah.
That's so funny.
The neighbor kids just watched in silence.
Did they? Ew, I'm gonna like spray them in the face.
But yeah, I felt like a car or a dog. It
Yeah.
was nice.
Did you?
It was cathartic.
At the car wash.
Yeah.
At the
Oh, we should've.
You know what? That song reminds me of Shark Tale.
Same here.
Yes.
Shark Tale, ooh ha ha.
Yes. That phrase reminds me of Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Ooh ha ha.
Ooh, ha, ha.
That phrase reminds me of the Polynesian people.
What are we doing?
And also hoo-ha.
There's no way we can keep listing things.
The Polynesian people remind me of pineapple. Pineapple reminds me of pizza. Can we please, for the love of Christ, have dinner?
No. What are we doing today? Last week we talked about the ending, and we ended up on like a very fun kind of light ending. And so off podcast, we actually wrote that scene, and I liked it.
Yeah.
The latest version of the script is available in the link below. Follow the link tree. Go to the Google Drive. Check out the script. Every scene in there has now been kind of recovered on this second pass of writing, except for the dinner scene, which bleeds into the twist and the climax of Zoe discovering the body and being sacrificed.
Sacrificed.
So, I mean, so what we could do today is just talk about that scene and just kind of talk about the ideas that we've had throughout this writing process and like kind of where we want to see it going.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
And I think so too. I liked the way that we covered the ending. Like we just kind of talked about it instead of like trying to write it first. And so like maybe it'd be nice to just kind of refresh, get ourselves into this mind state, and then maybe off podcast we can write that scene and release it again.
Yeah.
And then so that scene is a little bit divided. Maybe it'll end up being 2 scenes, but what we have left is the dinner scene with the 4 characters, and the reveal, finding Ronnie's body, and then the ultimate like chase scene and sacrifice of Zoe. And so potentially this episode and the next episode could be split between us kind of talking about the dinner scene and kind of that story build, and then next episode we could discuss like the climax and the twist and kind of that side of things.
I think that's a good idea. I like the idea.
Which means tonight we just talk about
Dinner.
both of those things, and yeah, talk about dinner. Start there.
Something that I can remember off the bat when we were talking briefly about it, we were kind of conflicted on what was happening within like the scene.
Yeah.
I remember we posed them kind of like fighting or like or like them just kind of like bickering at each other, but not necessarily like how that like what that would look like or what that would sound like.
Right.
So I guess based off like the revisions we've made thus far, where do you guys think the dinner is kind of leading up towards? Or what is the dinner building up, I mean?
I think the one of the main purposes of the dinner has been to reinforce the family, because it's our story kind of follows these like disparate paths. Like we get a little bit of Donnie, and then a little bit of David and Lonnie, and then like a little bit of Zoe, and then a little bit of Zoe and Donnie. So it's kind of like all these little pieces, and now this is like the big coming together.
Yeah.
So I think like ultimately it wants to be kind of this like mixing pot of like, okay, now how do all of these people, like what's their dynamic now that all of these things have happened and we're in this environment?
Yeah.
And I feel like a natural center point for that to orbit around is like the memory of the father, and like the history of, not like the history of the family, but like just like family dynamics.
Yeah, I feel like this particular scene is going to be kind of important with like the family dynamic. So throughout the script, we have been talking a lot about like how like these siblings don't really get along. And for the majority of the film, they're not even like in the same scene together.
Right.
So I think this is going to be like an opportunity to kind of put pen to paper on like what people have been saying and what people have been saying amongst each other to what is now going to be like shown. You know what I mean? So I guess I still kind of lean towards like them like fighting and almost kind of like storming off.
Sure.
Sort of how I see it.
Sure. Tense.
Tense. Exactly.
Sure.
Like it's kind of like the buildup of like everything these guys have said to each other about each other.
Right.
You know?
That makes sense. Maddie, what do you see?
Yeah, I feel like I can see like confrontation. Like it's aggressive, but not like storming out, I don't think.
Yeah.
Or maybe like just like slamming tables and like more like violent than distant.
Yeah.
I like the idea of it turning a little violent. Yeah, I see that. I feel like we're all kind of on the same page. How do you see Zoe fitting into all that?
So I see Zoe kind of almost there as like obligation, more so just like kind of as like this like third party like viewer. And like I don't know, I feel like she would have to like kind of I don't know gosh, yeah, it's always tough.
I feel like she kind of becomes a secondary character in the dinner portion,
I
because I feel
with
like most of up until that point is like about her. So I feel like she kind of takes a back seat in the dinner. Like, I don't know what she would fucking say.
You know, I feel like she's kind of like the audience. I mean, I guess that's kind of her whole character. But essentially, I think she's like absorbing all of the like ridiculousness and like built up anger from these three siblings, and she's more reacting rather than like confronting, you know, or like trying to like stop it or whatever. It's more like, oh wow, that's a lot, you know.
Yeah,
Totally.
and she doesn't really have a horse in this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I do. I mean, yeah. So you're right. Like the most history is between these three siblings, and I wonder if like this might go a little bit far into like the psychology of it all, and maybe this will be interesting for us to like kind of determine their standpoint. But if you think about this from a bird's eye view, like these three know that Zoe is going to die at the end of this dinner.
Yeah, why even talk to her?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like she's just another dish.
Yeah.
Like she is an afterthought. She's a prop at this dinner. So like I totally see like them three as a triangle.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. So like maybe she jumps in, maybe she like gets a random insult thrown at her, like maybe she gets targeted once and then Donnie kind of steps in and then it's back to the three doing their thing.
Yeah.
What if like someone calls her like a meat bag?
Yeah.
I know that I know like that sounds like what the fuck kind of insult is that?
Yeah.
But like I feel like it's like ridiculous enough where it's like it's notable
Yeah.
and like it's somewhat like foreshadowing, because you're right, that's all they see of her is just like this bag of meat that needs to die in order for
or
her
like
father.
sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
Or shut up, lamb.
Yeah. Pigman.
Cute. I'm all about lamb.
Yeah.
I'm all about Christian metaphors.
Yeah,
in
fuck
our
yeah, dude, totally.
murders.
So that's fun. I mean, I like that. One place that
Hold on.
please.
Is it horse in a fight? Is that the expression?
No.
What is the expression?
Dog.
It's either dog in this fight or horse in this race.
Okay. Whatever. Leave it in. I don't care.
That's amazing.
Although I would watch two horses fight.
Yeah.
I would
I'm like,
much
that
rather go
sounds
to
more
a horse fight.
interesting. Yeah.
That's just jousting.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
dude. Horses are basically humans.
I have an underground horse fight.
Dream job.
It's very medieval. I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, dude, that would be crazy to see horses fight. Are you kidding me?
That'd be
You just get real
scary.
angry.
Not as dude, like a horse pulls out a knife.
How's it gonna pull out a knife, Austin?
What
With-
cartoon world are you in?
Yeah.
Ew, one where horses have hands. Fuck that.
Yeah, get a grip.
Will they still have their like hooves?
Yeah,
Ew.
on the
So
end
it's-
of each
Maybe
finger
their
is a hoof.
hooves like open up.
Oh my
to
God.
Reveal their hands.
Oh, I was thinking like hooves on the bottom, like still 4 hooves, but like they just
Oh.
have hands on like their neck.
Oh, that'd be a
it's like-
centaur.
Oh,
So no, on like same
Be a
horse.
centaur with a horse head.
dude, a horse with human hand antlers.
Ooh, I like that.
Dude, I'm all about deer with hands as antlers. That shit's sick.
I was saying, what if a horse has its front, like takes its front hooves and like shatters it on the ground, and then is able to. No, well, I was gonna say like is able to like split apart their now like shattered hooves and articulate each piece as a hand, like as little fingers.
That'd
my
be
God.
cool.
That'd be intense.
And then it would like tiptoe.
Yeah. It would sound like
probably
Mr.
look kinda
Krabs
stupid.
crawling across the floor.
has a hand for its cock, and it's just,
Oh my god. And it just
wow.
grabs you and pulls you in.
look at him corn and apple with that thing.
To that I would say nay.
That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. What were we talking about? We were talking about the siblings bickering.
Yes.
And I was going to say one idea that we had thrown out off podcast while we were writing the ending is we ended up on kind of a monologue where, and that was pitched in the last episode, where like Donnie kind of goes into this whole spiel. And I think at one point during that writing session, we had talked about the idea of each kid like telling a quick little story about dad, which has been a common suggestion for this part of the film. But I did like the kind of concept of like each story that's told is like a little bit more fucked up, like really kind of starts to show like dad's true sensibilities. And that was something that we kind of realized probably works best here in the dinner scene. And then we can like call back to it
Yeah.
at the ending. And so maybe that's a place where like the bickering could start from or end on. Like because what we had kind of pitched was like you end up on a fucked up story and it's like, oh man, like that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Dad was kind of fucked up, huh? And like, so that would kind of bring them together. So maybe that's how the dinner scene ends.
So it's kind of like the need for dad's love is what's breaking them apart, and the denial, or not the denial, but like the acceptance of not having it,
Yeah.
is what brings them together.
Right. I think so. And I think we do that lightly now that I'm thinking about it, because like they are about to go on a murder spree for Dad.
Not a spree.
They're about to go on a murder
Thank you.
for
Like,
Dad.
let's not get crazy. It's
Yeah,
one
come
person.
on, Austin. Yeah.
You're right. They're not spreeing.
Yeah.
It's just one caterer.
Yeah.
NRPI.
And our
It's a cheat
Maddie.
day.
Yeah. It was just one caterer.
yeah.
I haven't killed
Who
anyone.
said I only killed one person?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So like I think we do allude to that fact that like Dad's love is what drives them apart, and the like denial of Dad's love, or like the leaving behind of Dad's love, is what brings them together.
Yeah.
I think we touch on that because that is like kind of the overall story.
I think also maybe, I think what we could also do is like we have each character kind of call each other out on their shit. Like I guess like the best example I can think of is, you know, is like David. I could see Donnie or Lonnie like asking David, like, what are you even doing here? Like, you've done nothing but complain this whole time.
Right.
And like, what do you think Dad is seeing you right now for like the big successful guy that you are? Like, he's dead. He's never going to see you that way. Like, whatever. And like, we don't even see you that way. Something like that, where it's like, they kind of like attack each other's insecurities.
Yeah. I mean, they know each other best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're siblings.
Yeah.
That's what
They
siblings
know
do.
how to hurt each other.
Totally.
Did you ever
We
have
just
like
don't.
fights like that with your siblings, where like you knew like they were insecure about something and you use that as like a weapon?
Honestly, no.
No.
Yeah,
Really?
you had such a tame sibling.
Yeah, I'm we're also like,
Chill.
yeah,
Yeah.
mild mannered.
Not even chill, just passive aggressive.
Yeah, true. Yeah, we never really like fought. We just had disagreements.
Interesting. That's
Yeah.
so interesting. I've had tons of fights with my siblings, and I've also witnessed like my friends at like a younger age having
Yeah.
fights with their siblings.
Yeah,
So it's so odd to hear. Like, I shouldn't say it's odd, but like it's uncommon for me to hear that. Like, yeah, I had no problems with my siblings.
right. I do sometimes recognize that, like, I feel like I did have an uncommon sibling relationship.
Yeah.
You had pretty aggressive instances with your siblings?
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. But like we grew out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was definitely something that was like a younger thing.
Sure.
I think the worst thing I ever I ever did to my like older sister Hannah was I threw a basket at her face and I gave her a black eye.
Oh, well.
But like that wasn't the intent. The intent was just like to like throw the basket. I don't know.
Right.
I guess I didn't think a basket could give someone a black eye.
Right.
But it did.
What kind of basket? Like an Easter basket?
No, it was like a laundry basket. Like a
Oh.
cheap plastic laundry basket.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
big object.
Damn. Yeah, that would hurt.
I guess I just didn't think. In my mind, I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, that, yeah.
I know
happens.
I like always like followed my like older sister when I was younger a lot.
Okay.
And she got noted that she was definitely like the older sister who like had to be in charge of me and then got really fucking fed up of being in charge of me,
Oh, okay.
which is fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I guess that's how I imagine those siblings going is like they attack each other's insecurities.
I like that. I can see that.
Like the Roys.
Exactly.
Totally.
Exactly like the Roys.
We'll just have to, let's watch Succession again.
Okay.
Okay, if I have to.
Yeah.
Shit.
So, I mean, if you want to get like inter-sibling like passive, even not even passive, just like aggressiveness. That's the show for you.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude, I could even see like our characters kind of like fight with each other, similar to like when Roman and Shiv were fighting in the hospital. Like it was just it was childish.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I think that's how we do it. That's how we make a scene feel serious, but then also cut the tension with like how dumb everything is, and that's just like making them look childish.
Yeah.
So, and you know what, they do say that like being near your siblings brings you back to your childhood.
Yeah.
Like you do more childish things with your siblings.
Yeah.
I noticed that with you.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's just a common occurrence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I totally see that. So how would this scene be structured? I mean, so far in the script, it's like they finish getting ready for dinner. I think Lonnie and David walk in and Donnie like throws an insult at them, and then they sit down to eat. So what happens between them sitting down to eat and Zoe twisting?
I like the idea of, because I know we briefly mentioned this. I like the idea of Donnie pulling out something that was like owned by their father. I know when we first talked about this, we were talking about a lighter, and things have changed drastically.
Yeah.
But I think like it'd be interesting, like even if it was like something like a watch or whatever, like oh, you're wearing Dad's watch, and he's like, yeah, I thought like it's not a big deal, it's whatever, like he probably wanted me to have it anyways, you know, stuff like that. Like kind of like I can see Donnie's entitlement to whatever of their like dad's stuff irks them to a point where they like snap and say something.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
see that. I mean, he's very much has like eldest boy complex.
Exactly.
Big time. So yeah, I can see that.
Like I can see David, like say if it was a watch, right? I can see like David saying something along the lines of like, well, you know, I was there when he bought the watch. He showed me the watch. Like I feel like I'm entitled to that like watch.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. And it's like that's where like they're like throwing. That's when like they start throwing insults at each other. Like, you know, like you're trying to be dad. Like again, like David or Lonnie could say to like Donnie, like, you're trying to be dad, but you're not him. Like, stop trying to be him. Stop wearing his watch. Stop wearing his shirt. Stop wearing his like glasses or whatever. You know, just stop. Like, it's too much. Like, I can picture them. I can picture them even like throughout the film, like pointing out like different things of like their dads on like Donnie. You know,
Sure.
because he's trying to like take in that role of.
But are they mad because he's not including them enough? Or are they just mad that Donnie's getting this stuff, or are they mad that their dad's dead?
I think they're grieving that their dad's dead. I don't know if they're necessarily mad, or maybe they're not even mad because they think that they're gonna bring him back.
I mean,
to,
yeah,
like,
that's what I was
kinda
gonna say. Is like they're about to
Right.
bring him back, so that doesn't really track.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of an amalgamation of all, because I think they're still grieving in a way because their dad is currently gone.
Yeah.
And like they're feeling like they can't fully express how they feel because the siblings are like constantly doing shit
At
that
each
irks
other.
them. You know,
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
so it's like we see like Lonnie looking at Donnie and getting upset because like, I wanted to do that, like, you know, like that's something I wanted to do.
Right.
Yeah, just something like that, you know, like just like conflict within there, or like Donnie's tired of David complaining about like everything, and then, you know, David is tired of like Lonnie's like snippiness or something, you know, stuff like that.
Right. And then like I think we can kind of roll that into, like you were saying earlier, is like kind of insulting each other on their insecurities, and like kind of, I think I like the idea of like picking apart like what defined them as children and like continues to be an insecurity now. Like for
Yeah.
example, David being the black sheep. Like I think if we ever were to make a joke about like Ronnie, Lonnie, Donnie, and David, this would probably be the time.
Totally.
Like, and I would love like a quick cut sequence of like the picture of Ronnie, and we see Ronnie, and then a profile of Donnie, and then a profile of Lonnie, and then a profile of David, and it's like, okay, Ronnie, Lonnie, Donnie, David. What doesn't fit here?
Yeah.
Like those like quick cuts, like something like that could be fun. And yeah, like totally just like highlighting what set them apart as children and like how it's persisted to now.
That's the best way to think about it, I think. I think that was like, yeah, that was the perfect prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
right on. And so Donnie, always the perfectionist, always entitled, always not as like good as he thinks he is.
Yeah.
Not as, yeah, always trying to like make dad proud, I feel like.
Do
But
you
maybe
think
not so much. I don't know. Is he like his number one boy, or is he?
I can kind of see like, well, I guess because we talked about Ronnie kind of playing all of them,
Yeah,
and like
totally.
so I think Donnie definitely takes on the role as number one boy. You know what I mean?
Like
Yeah.
he's like his servant,
He's the Kendall Roy.
Yeah.
but not like, not evil towards him,
No.
right?
No, I mean, yeah, he's not like, I want to dethrone dad, but he's very much like, I'm his favorite. I know he's told you all that you're his favorite, but I know for sure that I'm his favorite because
Yeah.
I'm the best boy.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I could see him like if like Ronnie like took him to like a special place or whatever, and he's like, don't tell your siblings. Like he wouldn't tell his siblings, but he would definitely be like snickering. Like, yeah, me and dad just went to the grocery store.
Yeah, he would do everything
Yeah.
but tell his siblings.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so I like the idea of like maybe Lonnie comes in and kind of jabs like, oh, really? You thought you were his favorite? And then like pulls some daddy's little girl type shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like, I don't know if that's one-upping him or if that's even, I mean, that's kind of details about how they point that out in him.
Yeah.
But then so what's Lonnie's insecurity? What's Lonnie's like childhood scar?
I think maybe. No, maybe not.
Being gay.
Dun dun. How so? I mean, that makes sense. How do you see that playing out?
What if Daddy's little girl was supposed to marry a rich man?
Oh, and like,
Lonnie's like a crazy lesbian.
yeah. And do you think she never told dad?
I think
Or
she
maybe
must
she-
have. She's not married.
Right. She's also like in her 20s.
Yeah, she must be
Did you
married.
say
or...
that she was gonna marry off? She was supposed to marry someone.
Dad wants her to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or wanted her
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, Daddy's little girl will do whatever she wants. Will do whatever she can for dad. I would think passive like marrying someone.
Maybe, but for her,
Right, but if she's gay,
That's true. That's true.
I think Lonnie's headstrong enough. I feel like she's less of like, I would do anything for daddy, and more of, I know daddy would do anything for me.
yeah.
Like,
What
she's,
if-
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. So like, what if like Ronnie, what if like Donnie is like always do it 110%, and what if like Lonnie is like, I only can do it to 90. Like what if like Lonnie's biggest insecurity is like she does like not take the full initiative and like get everything done right. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, she
Like,
definitely doesn't.
And that's why Ronnie kind of like babied her, was because like he kind of felt like
Middle child syndrome.
she's the youngest.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what it feels like though then, which is maybe a bad thing.
I think that's a young child thing, is like to baby them. Middle child is you're ignored.
Yeah, they baby them, but they don't expect anything of them.
Well, exactly though.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like what Lonnie is like upset about. That's what she's insecure about, is like she doesn't just want to be the title daddy's little girl.
Right.
She wants to be seen as someone who can like produce and can do these things or whatever.
But can't produce because she's gay.
'Cause she
I feel like maybe she just hates Donnie.
I think that's why she hates Donnie. Because I think there's like reasons for it. I think that'd be a
Right.
good reason why she hates Donnie, is because like she sees him as like you know, like, oh, Mr. Perfect, like can't
Yeah.
get anything wrong or whatever.
Yeah.
He's the
but-
competition for sure.
Exactly.
Ah,
And, like,
dude, I don't know.
and hold on, and maybe like she sees like Ronnie favoriting Donnie a bit more, right? Like, what if like Ronnie is like there's like a task at hand, and instead of like saying, "Hey Lonnie, can you do this?" instantly goes to Donnie. God damn it.
Especially like towards the end, like it kind of grew to that. Like, oh, he started to go to Donnie more and more as she like got older.
Exactly.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I see that.
So I see like that could be like the insecurity. Like Donnie clearly sees that. He's like, "What? You're gonna try?" Or like if you were in charge, you would just fuck this up like
Right.
again and
Yeah.
again and again, you know.
I feel like I see that.
Yeah, totally.
more than
Which is
anything
very
else.
funny that like she doesn't, or I guess David kind of fucks it up, but like it
Yeah.
still fucks up.
True.
But you know, like I think that'd be like a good route, and she does feel insecure about that.
You said you don't agree with that or something.
Well, what I didn't agree with at first was her like hating Donnie because Donnie's always able to impress Dad. But my first thought was like, I think that Lonnie sees herself as above Donnie, even though she'll never, like, she doesn't really care if he knows it or not, but she sees herself as above him because she never has to try. She's like, I've always been Daddy's little girl. Like, I didn't have to do shit for it. And like, I know he'll love me more than you, regardless of, like, I can just watch you piddle away and try for every little bit of Dad's affection, but I'm always like his right hand.
And then just imagine Donnie walking up to her and it's like, "Are you serious? Do you know why you're in that position? Because that's the only one you can't fuck up." Like something like that, very snappy.
Heavy, that hurt me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and I don't think it's necessarily Ronnie wasn't always impressed with Donnie. I think Ronnie just trusted Donnie more to get the job done,
Right.
or to get a job done or a task done,
I totally agree with
rather
that.
than like Lonnie.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, and I like the
can
idea
see
of what you said,
both.
that she does think that like she's better than like Donnie, but like her dad.
Her dad doesn't think she's better than him.
And I think that kind of changed over her life. Like, I feel like when she was young, she was Daddy's little girl,
Yeah.
didn't need to work for it. And then as they all aged, yeah, he started going to Donnie because Donnie
Yeah.
could get shit done.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, I mean, there it is.
Yeah. I think David is just like, why are you even here? Like just like always, like you're
David was the mistake.
pretty much. Like,
Yeah,
like,
dude, David was the mistake child.
Like I think like it's a lot of it's like you don't even care about this. You're not even like part of the family. And maybe there's like, I don't know. David's a little tough.
I mean, I think we know David. Like, why are you even here?
Yeah.
You don't need to be here.
Well, what's his insecurity as like a child?
That he never belonged.
That's fair. Oh.
The black sheep.
That's
Where
right.
you been?
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe that question is what triggers him off. Like maybe they literally just ask him like, "Why are you even here?" And maybe like say like as like a kid, like that question was constantly posed and asked to him.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, wow, like I'm tired of people questioning that.
I agree with that. So, okay, I have two questions for you. The first one is, how does the dinner start? Do you guys see like a ceremony of any kind, no matter how brief?
Yes, I do. I can see like a grand speech at the beginning, and just kind of a very pompous one.
Sure.
And
From Donnie, obviously.
Donnie, of course, and by speech I mean like it's like brief or whatever, not like a full on monologue.
Right.
But
Like he puts on a voice.
yeah. I like the idea if he tries to like sound like his dad.
Oh my gosh.
Like he's like, oh, okay, this is good. This is how we start. You know, whatever. Just like it puts on an accent, and then
Yeah.
what like you know one of the siblings are like, are you trying to literally sound like dad? Like
This
what
is a new thread for you.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the B dad thread.
Be dad. Yeah, I guess it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I and maybe I can cut it out. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
No,
It's just we've
okay.
never talked about
Yeah.
it
I'm
before.
not trying to derail. I don't know. I've been thinking about it a little bit lately, and like I feel like that is like kind of like Donnie's, you know, want is like he sees himself as like, he sees his dad as like a powerful man, and so he wants to be a powerful man.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Let me know if that's too much like Succession. Oh my god, maybe that's what the connection is.
I know.
I've been watching too much
every
Succession.
time that we talk about this now, I feel like we're copying Succession.
Hell
which
yeah.
Is stupid
We've said
since
that so many times though.
I know. I still feel it consistently.
Yeah. No, I mean about like so many different
Yeah.
things. So many different movies and shows.
I think what I've like kind of come to is like you can take core ideas and just make them your own. Like that's what art is about, is like taking those core ideas and turning it into yours.
And yeah, this is all an amalgamation. Like Succession, they were never in a cult. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at the chart here.
yeah. I mean, I'm open to it, and I'm here for your ideas. I feel like I disagree a little bit, just because like the whole mission is bring Dad back. So I feel
That's
like
fair.
I always kind of see Donnie as like a henchman.
Right.
Like, yeah, I think he admires him, and I think a little bit of that works, but I don't think that's like his motivation
Yeah.
or like his arc or his problem.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I do like the idea of like if he wears, like I think like him wearing something of Ronnie's during this dinner is like fun to point out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I think. What do you think about like an opening ceremony of some kind?
I don't necessarily want one, but I feel like we need one.
Right.
And I'm not sure what exactly it would consist of.
What if like at first it's kind of exciting, right? So like instead of like a speech, it's kind of like a list of instructions on the paper or whatever.
Okay.
So what if he's like, all right, guys, so in front of you, and like,
Okay.
sorry, Zoe's taking in everything. Donnie can say something along the lines of like, all right, so you see like the ceremonious match. What you have to do is strike the match on, I don't know what, and then light the candle of, one by one, the candle of fear, the candle of love, the candle, blah 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 blah.
Okay.
They just kind of go into a circle and they do these things, and so like that's kind of like the ritual, and it seems kind of fun
Yeah.
at first, and that's why like Zoe's kind of buying into it. Like, yeah, okay, yeah,
Sure.
it's kind of like a spider in its web, and that's just kind of how we can like start it off, and then like Zoe can like ask questions, and then maybe like one of them says something snarky, and then like someone sees like the watch or whatever,
Yeah. And
like,
it detracts.
and detracts, and it goes from there. So something like that, like
Yep.
that kind of path.
I could see that. Like Zoe, like kind of questioning, and it's like just kind of.
Not questioning out of like fear or like she believes that they're being deceptive, but more like, oh, I want to get to know like what religion.
Out of just
this is.
curiosity and like,
Yeah.
oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
I didn't expect that. What's up with
Yeah,
that? And they're like,
exactly.
oh, weirdo. Don't worry about it.
yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. I
Um,
can see something simple like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
and
feel like it should I don't know.
All right, everyone, drink the breast milk of.
Yeah.
and I didn't even see like the most I saw in my head was like a speech.
Yeah.
That was like probably cut off by Lonnie or David jeering something.
Yeah, that's yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, we're all gathered here. Dad was a cool guy. We're all here for him.
Maybe on the list it just says give a loving speech. So
Yeah.
Donnie has to like ad lib it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I like the idea of like, I like the idea of bringing in the list. And it's like, I could see if he's like up there, he's like, okay, chalices are filled.
Yeah.
Guests are seated. Hi, everyone. And like someone flicks him off. And they're like, okay, give a loving speech. Fuck. Like,
Yeah.
it's not, like something like that is fun.
Or it's like a heartfelt moment and he's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like
Like I could see like going total like NoHo Hank there. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, loving speech. Okay, I've been preparing for this.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess, and then like it gets really sweet, and then someone says "fuck you," and then we move on
Right.
to being funny at people.
What? It's kind of a wild idea. Really wild. What if like, like they're gonna have some sort of like banquet of food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if like part of the ceremony they kind of, they each have like a little like chicken or whatever, and they kind of just maul it, like literally just like start tearing it apart and eating it, kind of like rabbit ravenously.
Hell yeah.
Okay, first of all, I love it. Second of all, where's the fucking time?
That's fair.
What do you mean?
How are we gonna put that in?
Why not?
I don't know. Doesn't that just seem like it will totally like put a different like stint in what's gonna happen?
A little.
I feel like that's gonna be like the shift of like, wait, something's happening.
What if they just don't use silverware and like that's the bit?
Okay.
Like Zoe is like confused
Yeah.
and like everyone else is just being super casual about it, but like also kind of bestial.
Yeah. So
yeah, like
maybe,
mawing a chicken is pretty intense.
Not like full on mawing a chicken. I should probably choose my words wisely there. But like I think like I said ravenously. I kind of stick to that. I guess I see that kind of ravenously. You know, yeah, maybe that's like part of like the fun, you know, or whatever. Like that's what like Zoe sees as like the fun, where it's like, oh, we don't use our hands
Yeah.
during this. This is
Yeah.
like this dinner is to not only celebrate, but to like or celebrate our father, but it's also, you know, kind of like a way for us to return to like our primal
Exactly.
like, nature, you know.
I love
whatever.
imagining them just start eating and they just pick up all the food with their hands. That would be
Yeah.
so freaky.
Yeah, dude. We should go back and watch that scene from Yellow Jackets.
I agree. Oh, the from season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
When they eat. Spoilers, watch it. Watch it.
I think it'd be funny if all they have is finger food for that reason.
No, dude, not finger food. Like,
But like they eat it like I don't know.
Yeah, they're not gonna have like raw meat.
no,
Yeah.
I mean not raw meat either, but like a whole chicken
Yeah.
or like something like that where they like kind of have to rip into it. Otherwise, it's like, oh, haha, they're all eating French fries with their hands.
That's
What? Like, oh my god, they all ate a hard-boiled egg with their hands.
fair. Well, I mean, like it'd still be like ravenous, you know. Just
And,
I
like,
thought we just said
mashed
that we don't
potatoes.
want it to be ravenous.
we want it to be like, you know, like
I don't want it to
Intense.
be ravenous.
Bestial.
I don't think they're that cool.
Yeah, it might be, and that might be too weird.
But that's the thing, though. We had to make this dinner weird
We do.
because like that's like the ceremony, right? Like this is like, you know, we're constantly showing like these like different weird things that are like we know this family is weird. We know that they have untraditional customs,
Right.
and so like I feel like showing that at the dinner is gonna be like really like a key point for Zoe to also be like, oh, this is sort of weird, but playing into it, and then also show that there's more happening at the dinner. I guess.
I do like it, and I think we just have to be careful with it. Like, I don't think we have to go like we can't make them demonic. Like, we can't like
Like Yellow Jackets is pretty intense.
yeah, too far.
Yeah.
Too far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think like, yeah, just kind of having them like be a little barbaric,
Yeah.
like having to rip meat to
Yeah.
eat it, like things like that. That's like just kind of subtle enough.
Yeah.
And like, I think the most that we kind of mention it is like cutting to Zoe, who's just kind of like confused and like has to go in like with just her fingertips to rip a piece
Yeah.
to like show like the innocence versus the barbarian.
Oh, and then you could do a super sexy, like Tim Burton-esque shot, like from Zoe's perspective at the table setting, and there's just the plate with the chicken on it and no utensils.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Ooh.
Like they just don't use silverware at this dinner.
Yeah.
And we like kind of make that as intense as we want. I like that as a vibe.
It's because they're werewolves.
Yeah. Everyone
I love how
knows.
you guys were both like itching your seat, like it's coming.
Dude, everyone knows that werewolves come from eggs. So I asked, how does it start? The last thing I think we should talk about tonight is how does it end? And I'm not talking about like Zoe discovering the body. I'm talking about just like the dynamic at the table. Because we start with a ceremony, we get into bickering, and we kind of dig into their childhood insecurities. Do we still want to end with like telling stories about dad that feel a little fucked up? Or where do we want this to end?
I don't know. I feel like if we were gonna do that, we should like sprinkle that in throughout scenes rather than have it in this like one area. You know what I
I
mean?
agree.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I like the idea of just like casually like say like you know Donnie's like tying a knot or whatever, and like Zoe like comments and like, oh wow, that's tight, and like Donnie's like, what?
Yeah.
You know, as you do when you
That's tight.
when you see your buddy tying a knot. This is just an example, but like, you know, like Donnie could say something like, yeah, like my dad taught me this when we were when he would like tie me to
Oh wow. I don't know what's about to come out of your mouth.
tie me to the hood of his car.
Oh my god.
We used to play
Jesus.
this game called Dead Deer, and that was the deer.
Oh my god. I loved it.
But you know, like something like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's he's saying it with such glee, but we're all like, whoa.
Yeah, I
Right,
agree
yeah.
with that. That's probably better to be sprinkled.
Yeah, and just those like quick moments, and then like Zoe kind of like taking note of it, like reacting to it, like oh, but like moving past it,
Right.
So we're not like hung up on like these like little stories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I could see something like that coming in when Donnie and Zoe are preparing dinner. I could see Lonnie and David telling some sort of a quip or anecdote, if you will.
Yeah.
Like while they're outside the chicken coop.
Yeah.
Like kind of in that scene, I think we could see that working into. It means we're gonna have to go back into these scenes,
Which is fine.
which is fine.
I think like what if we still wanted to have a pass of like Holland, when like Holland does like the read through, like we can start thinking of areas where we can put there and like whatever, you know,
Totally.
they say, it'll give us an excuse to go back.
I was gonna say I don't like this like fighting or this portion of the dinner scene ending with them talking about dad, because I feel like the whole point of it is their issues with each other and
Right.
not with him. Like I feel like he's just the match.
Yeah, true.
That's fair. But like I feel like I don't know, because like all their problems do stem from dad. I think that makes sense that he would come up in topic, especially with like this like very important like moment in like the ceremony, which kind of surrounds the honoring of his like of their father.
Yeah, true.
I think at its basic level, we can't forget about dad because he is the match. And I think rather than it being about dad, I think rather than like the stories being like, man, dad was kind of fucked up, like I think we do bring it back to dad a little bit because he's like about to be very important.
Yeah.
But it's still like that's the center, but what we are talking about and experiencing is like the dysfunction that he causes.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, it's like they dig into their child. Okay, so I guess the main question is like, do we want the siblings to come together at all before the twist?
The twist as in when they kill her?
The twist as in when Zoe discovers the body.
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
No, I think that like bans them.
Yeah.
Like, they have
Yeah.
a greater purpose.
Yeah, so they're spreading apart and then the twist, and then they have to quickly pull themselves back together
Yeah.
in order to complete their story. Cool. So I mean,
I
it
think
could
that's
like
cool. They're like robots.
yeah, totally. So it could like end. It could they just bicker and bicker and bicker, and it grows. And I think maybe Zoe like steps in and is like, "You guys, like this is supposed to be a beautiful evening of memory. What are you guys doing? Make not all that or whatever." But maybe she jumps in, and then they all like take a little breath and like, you know what, Dad wouldn't have wanted tonight to be like this, something like that. And then maybe that's when they ask Zoe to go and get them another bottle of wine. And she finds the body.
Or maybe Zoe like excuses herself because they're fighting.
Yeah.
Or
Or-
excuses herself.
Or offers like, hey, you guys, like this all like she's let me help you guys out. Let me go get another bottle of wine and like let's all just relax.
But don't you think they would stop her? They know who's back there.
Well, he's
Or
not
who
in the wine
cares?
room.
True.
But she like, so at least as the script is currently written, and this will be next week's episode, is, yeah, she goes for the bottle of wine, but on her way back, she is interested in the forbidden room and sneaks a cheeky peek.
Right. Yes.
So, how do you guys feel about this scene dynamic?
It feels much more fleshed out to me personally.
What if like then and like what if like before then in this moment or in that moment, like say like she does like go to get like a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
What if like she like calms them down? Like what if like she was able to like kind of get them all centered and like is almost the reason why they are getting along because like, you know, she she helped them kind of like see each other. That way, like during the film, you kind of like it's kind of like a fake out. I feel like the twist will hit harder because it's like the climax is here. Oh my gosh, they're all friends. She's right.
Yeah.
She saved the day. Yay, Zoe. And then like, you know, you say you're like someone watching this video and you notice why is there like still 4 minutes left?
Yeah, right.
And you realize because it's gonna kill. You know, she does
absolutely.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is we do a fake out where we like resolve the conflict or whatever, and then Zoe is like, yeah, let's celebrate. I brought a bottle of wine. You know, I'll go grab it. I'll be right
It's in my
back.
car.
It's in my car. You know, whatever. Or you know, like you know, they send her out for wine or whatever. And you're right. Like, what if she is just like curious about the door?
Yeah, I
And
can
then, like-
totally see both situations.
Yeah. I agree. I like the idea of like kind of the roller coaster of story, kind of like where it's like, oh, it amps up. They're all arguing. Zoe finally steps in, knight in shining armor.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, that's not what tonight's about. And then it's like,
And it still shows how crazy they are because they still kill her afterwards anyway.
fuck yeah.
It's also
Absolutely.
very ironic too, with like Zoe, like, guys, what do we do?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys can work this out.
I it would be kind of funny if like a hush falls over the room and like Lonnie starts laughing because like she knows that Zoe's about
that
to get
would
killed.
be
Yeah,
hilarious.
true.
Oh my gosh.
That would be cute.
You guys, tonight is about celebrating life. You got it, sweetheart. Something like that. So join us next week as we dive into the rest of this scene and we discover Ronnie's corpse and we sacrifice the caterer.
We're gonna do a little bit of a murder.
A bit of a murder.
A bit of a murder.
Join us next week.
But before you do that,
Buy our merch.
buy our merch. Seriously, guys, we are so poor. We are so broke.
And if you want stickers, let us know what stickers you would want. But otherwise, we got some cool stickers and mugs
And mugs.
and shirts,
And shirts.
hoodies, t-shirts.
I got the shirts.
You got the shirts.
I got the shirts. I got the shirts.
We should make that as like a shirt logo. I got the shirts.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
It's written in brown, right? Or like just the word shirts is brown.
Just imagine that, like an online store called I Got the Shirts.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that. We
Yeah.
should do that. And
Yeah.
we can also make it a dispensary.
Dispensary, yeah.
Yeah, a virtual dispensary shirt shop pornography site.
I love it. Oh, and then we can also pause for Roomtown.